Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make crocheted tree garland. Here is two examples of the ones I've made. I've made multiple colored ones. I've made them to go with people's tree colors, such as I had a lady that had a Colts tree, so I did blue and gray, and I had somebody that did, whatever color scheme your tree is, and if it's made in thread, we can do it. So, this is just basic red and white. And then I've got white and gold. So you can do this in any color you want as long as you can find the thread for it. So what you need to make these, I'm going to show you what I used to make this one. Because this is the one that I'm used for the teaching. To start with, the pattern is from Leisure Arts, and I don't know if you can find this book anymore because it was from 1997, but this is the leaflet number, and I know you can get it on Etsy for like $9. I did look it up and stuff, but as you can see, they did it in all one color with the beads. I chose to do two colors, and yeah, I really liked how it turned out. So, excuse me, I have a bronchitis, so I'm sorry. I'm going to try and keep this under control. You will need 105 yards. If you're going to do, I did just two colors. So you need a total of 245 yards of floss. Break that up however you want. You're going to do 4 rows, so you can do up to 4 colors. I did 2 rows of white, 1 row of gold, and 1 row of white. You can do this however you want. So for my main color, I used, let me open this. I tried a new product that I'd not ever used, and it's called tulip yarn or tulip thread, and I love it. It's my new favorite. It's from Yarn Art. It's called Tulip. Each ball has 1.76 ounces, 250 millimeters, 273 yards. Now, I know that if you use the thread that's called for, you only need a total of 245 yards. I used the entire 273 yards of this white plus part of another one plus my gold. So I would say, depending on what you're going to get, you might want to get extra or make sure you can go get more. Now, the tulip thread I used is pretty thin, so it took a lot more, but I really like it because it's got this shiny coat to it, so it's kind of silky. Now, the bad thing is when you take the ball out and start to use it, all this comes off. It does not stay wound. So what I did is I just put it in a bowl like this, and then when it fell off of the holder, it just fell into the bowl. So just a little FYI. However, I do love this. I will get more. They have amazing colors. So I'd like to do one in the red and the white, but look how shiny that is. It's just absolutely beautiful. So like I said, I used a full one and then a partial of, not much of a second one. I used a B hook or a 2.0 millimeter. You can use smaller. This was just the one I found and that had a grippy hook. And then for the sparkly, I used, and you don't have to use the sparkly, I just liked it. I used the Aunt Lydia's metallic 10, size 10. It's 88% cotton, 12% metallic. This one has, does it have yardage? Here we go. 100 yards. I used all of one of these plus half of another one. So that was 200 or 150 yards of this. So I did use more than the pattern called for. However, the pattern calls for, well, I use the same length in beads. So hold on, I forgot the beads. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, so I used 1.5 of these. So like I said, I would buy one of each. If you're going to do 4 colors, one of each. If you're going to do, you know, like I did, 2 colors, I would get 2 balls of your main color and 1 of whatever you want to do. And you don't have to do sparkly. I liked it, so I bought it. The other thing you're going to need is a spool of beads. And this is what it looks like. And let me find an end here because I can't find the one I've been working with. Here we go. There we go. And all it is just a string of beads. And as you can see, I can get it to focus. It's just a string of beads with a gap in between each one. And you're going to work in between each bead. Now I cut these in 9-foot strands just because that's what I like to work with. I would not suggest going any bigger or longer because then you start to get tangles and knots, and that's not fun. You can definitely go smaller. I have a very large tree, and I used 3 9-foot strands to do my tree. So, but you can do them if you're more comfortable in 6 foot. You know, you can cut it to whatever length you want. So yeah, so those are what you need to get started. And let's go. All right, so let's get started. So basically what you're going to do, and I'm sorry, my camera does not want to focus. I will try to keep my hands behind it. The whole basis of this first row is you are going to do a single crochet in between each bead and chain 5. So you're going to single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, all the way to the end. Now, I used to try and start right here. Impossible, because you got nothing to hold on to. So I have learned from my experience, I make a slip knot and I slide it on down a bit. Okay. And you can add extra beads on at the end because we're going to cut these leftovers off. But this just gives me something to hold on at this end. Okay. So then what I do to start my first one, because I want a single crochet. So what I do is I hold my thread up here and I hold these with this 2 hand. Now this is a little tricky, so you might have to practice it, or you can do this any way you need to do this to get your first single crochet. To me, it's very hard to put the loop on my hook and then try to catch the thread. You can if you want to, but what I do, I hold this like this. I grab my thread and I bring it up like so, okay? And I catch it in between a bead. It doesn't matter which one. I'm grateful just to get one, okay? And then I hold the bead and I pull it through. Now, yes, that's not a single crochet per se, but it's good enough. This pattern is very forgiving, as you will see as you go. So once you get that on there, and if you want, I'll do it. Let's do it again just to show you how I do it. Okay, I got those out here. I put my hook under here and I kind of hold it. I wrap my thread around my hook and I pull it around, holding onto this. And then I just want to, and you want to work kind of loosely because you want to be able to get your hook through, and I pull my hook through. And this one I did not do well. Let's do it one more time so I can do it right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I put my hook under, hold on to the tail, I wrap my thread so it comes up like this, and then you should have 2. If you only have 1, that's fine, and do a single crochet. Okay, that's the hardest thing of the whole pattern. So you might have to practice it a lot or figure out your own way. It doesn't matter. You just need to get a single crochet on there. And then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, all you're going to do the rest of the way is crochet one single crochet in between each ball and chain 5. Now, I like to take my tail and hold on to it and kind of work over it a little bit just to hold it down, because you really don't have anything to weave your ends in, okay? So I usually hold it like that. Now, to do my next one, I hold on to these, put my hook under, I grab the thread, and I pull it up, okay? Now, as you can see, when I pull it up, it usually skips a hole, so then I just slide it over, okay? Then yarn over, and I'm holding these, pull it through both loops. And like I said, this first row is the most difficult because you just don't really have anything to hold on to. You're trying to work around beads and all that. After that, it's a breeze because all you're going to do is single crochet in the loops and in the 5 chain spaces. So then you're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you can see you've got a chain 5 loop, and that's what you're going to work in your next time. So once you get through this first row, which is going to take you forever, so if you want to practice on a short piece of beads, great. If you don't, just go for it. I just went for it myself, and yeah, there you go. All right, so let's do it again. So I get my thread, I wrap it, pull it up. So now I have 2 on my loop, and I'm in the next chain or space between the 2 beads. I wrap it, pull it through both, chain 5. 1. It's hard to do looking through my camera. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I will show you one more, and then I will meet you at the end, which will be however long it takes you, because this is not a rush project. This is not a fast make project, especially if it's your first time. I know the first time I did this took me forever, but I was determined. All right, so we're going to yarn over, pull it up, and make sure it's in the next set of beads, which it is. Yarn over, pull it through, and here's where this extra line of beads comes in, because I can get it to hold it. Apparently I made my loop too small. There we go. Okay. Now, this is, like I said, very forgiving. So if you accidentally get this far and realize you skipped a bead, don't sweat it. You can go back and get it if you want, or you can just skip it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, and then at any point after you've worked this in, you can cut it off. I like to go quite a ways so that it's not going to work its way out, but that's totally up to you. So now we're gonna chain or work over, bring it up in the next loop. I see it skipped a loop, so I'm just going to scoot it over, yarn over, pull through, chain 5. Okay, so you're going to do this down the entire line of beads, however long you made it. And I will meet you back at the end to show you how to come back. And like I said, don't give up if you really want to make this. This is the hardest and the most time-consuming row. The rest of the rows go super fast. So I will see you back here at the end. Okay, I wanted to pop in here. as I'm working along my strand, I wanted to show you what to do if you come across this, because I have yet to do a 9-foot strand that didn't have at least one gap. So I just wanted to show you what I do for that. There's a couple different things you can do. The first being, and this is what I do, is I just do 2 single crochets in the spot. So I wrap my thread, come up, chain my 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. And then I slide it over. Oh, goodness, excuse me. And then I do another one. And that way there's no bead in there, but it kind of fills up the space. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can always just skip over to the next bead. Excuse me. So you're going to have this space without a bead in it. You're not going to notice it. It just kind of fills it in so that it makes it a fuller look. You can, like I said, just put one in here and then skip right to the next one. However, I like to have the fullness. So, yeah, so I just do that. And then I just continue on. So, all right, I'm about halfway done, so I will see you at the end. All right, so I am at the end, and this is what it's looking like. Get up here close, get to focus. And as you can see, my chains are not super tight and all that, and it doesn't matter, okay? As long as they're there, because you're going to come back, when you come back now in this row, you're going to go into this chain 5 space. So, congratulations on making it to the end and not giving up. That was the hardest row. You did it. Okay. So, staying with your main color, or you can change colors. That's up to you. You're going to do a total of 4 rows. Now, I like to do 2 in my main color, then my coordinating color, and then my main color again. But you can do this any way you like. So, so you're to the very end, and as you can see, I left another tail so I can hold on to it. It's purely your option, but I find it much easier than trying to work to the end and have nothing to hold on to. So, and then I will just snip it, you know, at that last bead when I'm done. So you're at the last one. You've done your single crochet around your last bead. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work. Okay. Now, I'm going to get up here, see if I can get focused. You're going to do a single crochet in this single crochet. Okay. Now, for me, because that's really hard to see when you're not working under a phone that magnifies it, I just poke it in there somewhere, and just so it's attached, because all you're doing is attaching your thread to this side. Okay. So then you're going to do 1 single crochet like so. Oops, and I went out of, let me do that again because I went out of focus. I was trying to look around my camera. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into the single crochet, pull up a loop, and it is a little tricky to get that around that loop because it's so tiny. Okay, there you go. All right, now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to do a single crochet in the chain 5 loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You're going to do that again. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, in every chain 5 loop after this, you are going to do chain 3, or I'm sorry, double crochet chain 3 3 times. So we're going to go single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. It's hard to do looking through your phone. Chain 3, that's 2, and then we're going to do 1 more. 2, oops, 3. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way to the end. So we're going to go into the next chain 5 space, chain 1 or single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, chain, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it one more time. Oops. And don't catch the chain 5 next to it. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Working with thread is just a little different than yarn, so. Okay. And that is what it's going to look like. Okay. So you're going to do that all the way to the end. And then I will meet you there to do the 3rd row, which will be in our contrast color. So see you then. All right, so we are at the end, and this is what you should look like. Very tiny little. So now the next 2 rows are exactly the same. So let's get you finished off with this row. Get my thread untangled. Okay. So now you've done your chain 1, or yeah, single crochet, chain 3, and now I'm going to do one more single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm sorry. I forgot we're at the end. Okay. So I've done my single crochet. So now I have 2 loops in that last one. So now I am going to pull through, and I'm going to leave a long enough tail to tie a knot. I'm going to break my thread, take the white off, and now I am going to join my 2nd color. And I'm hoping this goes all the way to the end. If it doesn't, then I will add a piece to it. So yeah, you want to go to your next color, whatever that may be, and you're going to join it with a single crochet in your first chain 3 loop, and leave a tail to. Here's where that nice long tail of beads works well. You're going to pull up a loop, I always like to chain 1 and then I turn, just so that I don't lose my hook or my thing. Get all the pieces out of the way, get the one I want, move all my stuff around. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to chain. What happened here? Did I get a knot? There we go. All right. So now I'm going to chain 3, even though I chained an extra one. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we're going to go into our next chain 3 space, do a single crochet, chain 3, and you're going to do that all the way down. And this chain 3 space in between also counts. So you're going to go in, single crochet, pick it up, 1, 2, 3. Find your next chain 3, up, 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do that all the way across. And I will see you at the end of this one. All right. So we are done with the gold, or the third row, whatever color you decided to do your third color. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, we're getting the twist to it, which is great. And now we're going to finish off this third row and then do our fourth and final row. So, like I told you, this metallic stuff twists, and it's a little difficult to work with. And there you go. There's the twist. So let me get mine untwisted. You're going to finish this row just like you did the last row. So we've done we've went into there. So we've got one more chain 3 space. So we're going to go in, single crochet, get the little holder, chain 3, 1, 2, whoops. And then I always just go in somewhere in this side, and usually you can see like a gap, and I do a single crochet, or I'm sorry, a slip stitch, and that just holds that last chain 3 loop down, slip stitch, and then I just tie off. Oops, get my tail out of there. Oh, for pity's sakes. Okay, and then I just snip it and pull it through. So there you go. So now I'm going to start, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to start back. I'm going to go back with my white again. You can go with whatever color you'd like. And I'm going to come into this last stitch here, and I'm going to go into where I tied off that last single crochet. Or I'm going to try to. It's not a big deal if you can't. It just anchors it better. So I usually try. There we go. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to pull up a loop. Oops. Okay. All right. And I'm going to chain 1, and then you're just going to do like you just did. You're going to go into the loop. Oops, I only need 1 thread. There we go. Double or single crochet, chain 3. And you're going to do that in every space across. And then you're going to finish it off just like you did this row by doing a single crochet in the end. And, jeez, I don't have this problem when I'm not working through the camera. Single crochet, chain 3, 2, 3. Then you're going to go in the space again. You're going to do this all the way across till you get to the end. You're going to tie it off. And there you go. And then what I usually do is with the ends like this, I kind of secure them together and I snip it as close as I can. And then I'll just show you on this one right now since we're done with this end. I just snip in between and as close to that last bead as I can. Just like that. And then you'll do that at the other end when you get done. And then you will have beautiful garland. So I will come back when I get to the end and I will see you one more time just to help you finish off. And then you will have your first string of real garland. All right, see you soon. All right, so I got to the end of my last row. So then what I did is I just tied my gold and my white together and made a knot, which this is gonna stick out, but when it's on your tree, you're not gonna see it. So I don't worry about trying to hide it. I just cut my thread, you know, close enough that it's not gonna come untied. And then I just hide it in the tree. And then I just cut my beads to 1 bead away from where I worked. So I just cut it right there. And there you have it. A string of beautiful garland. And like I said, You could do these in any color you want. I did this one for the teaching, and I did this one a long time ago. I've also done metallic red with the white, and just do whatever your tree scheme is or whatever you want to do wherever you want to put the garland and go with it. So yeah, so I hope you make this. If you do, please go to my Facebook page, which will be in the description box. Post pictures of your finished garland. I would love to see it. If you have any questions, my email address will be in the description box. You can send them to me and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and help you in any way I can. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have fun, and wear your masks, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.